All right, Nikki. It's really nice to meet you. Could you tell us about you?
I'm Nikky Ufondu, a movie actor, producer. I did Excess Luggage with IK, my partner here, and it's a very nice movie you should watch out for.
All right. Could you tell us how long it's been since you've been in the movie industry?
But a year, I think, yeah. A year. I started last year, 2016, the first movie we did together. Yeah.
What movie was that?
It was All for the Money.
All for Money, yeah.
I did a short film, What If, before All for the Money, so it was still last year, 2016.
Alright, so how would you describe your relationship with Nikki? How your working relationship?
Well, it was spontaneous. I was one of her hidden enemies before we met. She had a little hidden enmity for me, like all those boys that form too much and all that kind of stuff. And we met on the set. We each other went to Ekiti State, Osun State to film All for the Money, and the chemistry was just right, And the idea of excess luggage came, and I spoke to her about it, and instantly she bought into it. Let's make this happen. It's a wonderful story that people should see. And from there henceforth, we started working towards it. It's been more than 1 year and 7 months since Excess Luggage created, and today we have the movie out there.
Okay, so I'm just going to get in deeper here. I heard some people call you the tattoo boy. Why did you decide to get tattoos?
Well, tattoo is art, and for me, a lot of people really don't understand the meaning of tattoos. Unlike what we preach in our churches these days, the Bible says that do not put marks on your body. And when I try to understand it, I understand it from a perspective where you have those marks that were used for protection back then. You have them on your face and on your body to protect you from other spiritual harms. But tattoos were created in Africa and the West Indies, and it was used as a means of identification. You belong to a particular clan. For me, I drew tattoos because I love art, and at the same time, I put psalms. I have Psalm 23 over here and Psalm 1, 2. One side psalms that I pray every day, and they mean a lot to me. So I just like, okay, why don't I just put the psalms on my body?
So does Nikki have tattoos too?
No.
Why not? You have the perfect canvas for it.
But Ike actually just gave me an insight on tattoos, and I was actually saying it differently, but now you've taught me. And that was one of the main reasons why I got close to Ike. Looking at Ike, you would see him differently. Like I used to see him so differently until we started talking, and I found out he was he's a very spiritual person, and I just saw a different side of Ike.
Thank you.
So talking about Nollywood movies, are you both happy with how Nigerian movies have global attention now? For like 10 years ago, the attention on Nigerian film wasn't this massive. Are you guys happy with how our films have been able to cross borders?
Well, in all honesty, I'm very happy to be born into Nollywood at this time, and I'm very grateful to the people that paid the dues for us before now. The Jim Ikes, the Ramsey Noah, RMDs, Genevieve. They paid the dues, they did the hard work, and then now we're just enjoying off their hard work. But yeah, the cinema culture is in and it's here to stay. And for your movie to get into the cinema, it must attain a particular standard. Yeah. And producers are now putting in extra work. People are not just working to make money right now, but people are working to bring out their movie with as much value as possible and production depth. Movies are beginning to cross borders, winning international festivals and making it into international festivals. Our movie just made it to the Toronto Film Festival, and we just won the Abuja International Film Festival. So it just shows that we don't just produce movies for the sake of the people we watch and enjoy, but we go a long way to make it internationally acceptable. And I think we're doing a good job at that. So far, so good.
So Nikki, was that the draw for you too?
Yeah, just this morning I was having a conversation with my younger brother, and he said, do you know that Nollywood films have thrown out all the American films from the cinemas because people walk into the cinemas and now they want to see Nollywood movies? And I'm like, oh yeah, because we stepped up and we're going to do better.
So what were you doing before getting into movies?
Basically, I run the family business with my husband, and I'm also a designer.
How difficult was it for I don't want to say your husband letting go of you, but believe your husband is African, I presume.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so was it cool with letting you go into the dark world of them Ikes and the rest?
Why would you say dark world? He knows I have a passion for it, and he only gave me 1 or 2 advices. And
Okay. An Ike that is married, is it any of a challenge for you? Dealing with roles and having to explain yourself to them?
Well, honestly speaking, I don't know how my wife does this, and every day I sit down and try to think of things from her own perspective. Because if tables were turned, I probably would have been like, "Hey, what's going on here? Happen that thing now," But on the other hand, she's she has so much maturity in her. She met me as an actor, and she understands that I'm passionate about my work, and she understands that when I'm working, I'm not playing, and sometimes I still try to go the extra mile to talk to her, and explain to her that on set you have about 50 people behind the camera, so whatever is happening on set is just trying to achieve a scene, as believable as possible. But as much as possible, I always advise her not to watch the movies where I am involved with someone, because she's human. No matter what, you can't see your husband kissing and fondling with another girl and then, it's a film. She would already feel bad about it. And I'm of the school of thought that human beings are a product of the things you see, the things you read, the things you hear, and as much as you limit yourself from listening and reading or seeing those things that will affect your mental status, you remain sane.
Okay, so what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you on set?
Me or Nikky?
you. That was your question.
The weirdest thing that's happened to me on set, is it in the romantic sense or what?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I always make it clear to my colleagues, if you're the new ones coming with little knowledge about professionalism, and when they see a romantic scene, they think, oh yes, it was kiss this kiss, remove the tongue, bring the lip, chop the upper one, to the down one, and I always go in, like, hey, so we're going to have a kissing scene. How do you want us to do this? I try to discuss it with my colleagues and see how best we can play it. And if it is very important to the story, it's just going to stay up and down, no saliva exchange, no tongue. But you're on set and one girl just removes the tongue. And then, at that point, you're like, woo! Director, how far now? So I've had experiences where, this happened on set and I had to call them to caution immediately because, there's a lot of STDs out there and stuff.
So for Nikky that's just pretty much getting into it, did you give her any tips?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I don't think Nikki's even going to play a role.
Well, let me say I've just been maybe lucky not to have those kind of people. I've been working with professionals, so I've not had that kind of experience.
Oh, okay. So would you be open to doing a romantic scene?
No. Yeah, I said it now.
All right, now, so just tell us about Excess Luggage. What's the big idea? And what's the role you both are playing in it?
Okay.
And you don't need makeup, cuz
Makeup needs me.
you are so hot you started global warming. Queen Bee, go and slay for me and for everyone. World domination is yours.
What's going on?
Excess Luggage is a movie that is centered around the family, and it's mostly trying to heal the wounds in families. Yeah, I sit down and I think a lot about families, and I try as much as possible to address issues on my social media. So many times I have stories that come in my head, but they never come to reality. But with Nikky, we were able to achieve this story to reality. 90% of people that you see out there living the glam life actually have a vacuum in their house that needs to be filled. A lot of women are not happy. It's a man world, so the man is out there, living his life with his friends, out there in the club, out there meeting with this person or that person, or having one girlfriend outside of the other. And you forget that whatever you don't feed begins to die. So if you're not feeding your home with the right values, with the right attention, with the right whatever it is, energy, your home begins to die. And you won't even notice it's happening. It'll be happening, the space is going to keep growing and you won't even notice it's happening. But who suffers it most? The woman. Because the woman is the most submissive. She's in-house waiting for the husband to come back, and that man is not taking advantage of every single thing. most people just enjoy it when it's boyfriend, girlfriend state, but when it cross that level, things start dying. And I just thought, what are ways of telling people these stories? So we used Einaya and Ogbonna as a yardstick. It's like you're back. People that didn't have nothing that came, and you could see that his wife's submission was very, what's the word to use? Was 100%. She was very submissive to her husband. She knew how to calm him down when he's trying to get off, and they had a happy marriage. They enjoyed every situation, no matter how bad it was. But the other people who had money, they were busy living all prim and proper, but they had no family life. So we tried to use comical ways to tell the story and address issues.
Oh, okay. So Nikky, just outside of film, what do you think about gender equality? Do you think men and women are equal, and do you see that represented in the Nigerian society?
I'm African, and I would go with what I've been taught and what I understand. I know men and women are not equal when it comes to some certain things, but as women also, I do not support it when we don't have to fight for it. We have to just understand these things and, work towards making our lives better and having a happy home.
Oh, okay. It's even good that two of you are married, so not to each other, but they are separate marriages. Are you concerned about the growing rate of celebrity marriages crashing?
Yes, I'm very concerned because my husband, when I told him I was ready to go into acting and producing, he said to me, babe, I know you've always wanted to act, and I know that I met you while you were modeling and all, but I'm just scared. I said, scared of what? It's like a lot of Nollywood people, they just get married and the next thing they're divorced. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, don't worry, I promise you, it won't happen to us.
What I think about this celebrity marriage and divorce is the fact that people are living their lives for others and not living their lives for themselves anymore. And the second you take a marital issue outside to someone and seek advice, be it social media or be it in person, someone injects something into your head, into your subconscious, and when something is injected into your subconscious, it would affect your thinking no matter what. So if I was married to Nikky now, I'm not married to Nikky. If I was married to Nikky now and I had issues with her, instead of discussing this with her, I go to tell my friend Alex. Now, Alex will give me an advice based on what he feels about things, but Alex is not in that home, so Alex can never give me the right advice because he doesn't know what transpires between me and Nikky behind closed doors. Now, if Alex gives me that advice, even if I don't take it, it's in my subconscious. So now I cannot take a decision based on my own mental space. I would be influenced by those things, and it's now worse because it goes on blogs, it goes on Instagram, it goes on every other social media platform. So you have 1,000, 2,000 comments, and when you go and read those comments, you see people that hate you, people that would fight for you, people that would. So they're fueling the inner demon in you. So instead of you taking a decision that would favor you and your husband, you now take a decision that will favor the public that doesn't really care about you.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on that.
Sounds like something somebody is married would say. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah, who produced Excess Luggage?
Excess Luggage was produced by myself and Nikky Ufondu. This is the right word, executive producers, but it was produced by Grace. Grace Edwin Okun. Sorry, I didn't pronounce your name right, and myself. And it's been a wonderful story come to life. But I think everyone on that set deserves to be called a producer because we all worked together as a team, from the least member of the crew member to the cast to the director. Everyone, we all worked as a team, and I wish we can make like $50 billion and then we'll just give everybody back something.
That was my next question. Like, how much did it make? Making it cost you how much?
Making it. I don't want to call figures on TV, but it costs a fortune.
And we actually had to go far from our budget.
And it's still costing every single day.
Why did you go above budget? What was?
Yeah, because when we sat down to analyze the story, we found out that it's not a story we just want to shoot anyhow. We decided to do it and do it well, so the message will pass across properly.
I mean, it's been 1 year and 7 months since it was produced,
yes.
so
We
we've been
we
trying
didn't
to
just
put
rush.
all the dots on the I's and cross the T's. So we are all about perfection, trying to bring out something that would be magical. And up until yesterday, I was not certain,
sure.
you know, but when we had the press screening at the IMAX cinema, and the reception from the audience was electric. I mean, I've not seen a reception like that in my life in any movie, and it was electric. I was humbled. I mean, I believe you are humbled too.
I was,
You know, so
So is it in the cinemas yet?
it should be in the cinemas from 20th of October.
20th of October, Excess Luggage.
Alright, cool.
Every
Who
cinema
else-
in
Who
Nigeria.
else are the other actors you should? Your fans
Mike
should know?
Azuronye, Queen Wakoye, Derele
Well,
Adu.
that's a star cast though.
Yeah.
Fred Amata,
Fred Amata,
Shafi
Auntie
Bello.
Shafi Bello.
Ike Ogbonna,
Ike
Nikky
Ogbonna,
Ufondu.
Ufondu.
And let's not forget Ebinabo Portis. She did a wonderful job
Yeah,
too.
sure, I've been
Yeah.
So final word to your fans. You have to
Me
say
having
tell your
fans.
fans.
Oh, okay. To my fans, I want to say a big thank you for supporting me, and watch out for Nikky Ufondu. It's not just gonna be.
She's coming strong.
I'm coming out strong. Trust me.
I'm really impressed with her. I mean, this is I did a film with her in Ocean State, and you know, when I worked with her on Excess Luggage, and apart from we being the producers, as an actor, she delivered amazingly well. When you watch it, you would know what I'm saying. So let's not be like I'm blowing trumpets.
So watch
for
out
her.
for Bianca.
And to my fans, all I can say is we did a wonderful project. It's called Excess Luggage, and to be in the cinemas from the 20th of October. Please go out and watch it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I will tell a cousin. I will tell an auntie, an uncle, brother, father, sister.
And so your entire village.
You know,
watches
come out and
it.
watch the movie and the cinemas and all of that. You know, so let's have fun with this one.
Yeah.
Okay, follow me on Ike Ogbonna on Instagram. Twitter is real_Ike Ogbonna, and
And I'm at Nikky U on Instagram.
all right.
Sorry, I forgot my Twitter handle.
Alright, thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
That was
Cheers.
Very good.
It's like you're back.
Hey guys, my name is Ike Ogbonna, Nollywood actor and producer, and you're watching Net TV.
Yeah, I'm Nikky Ufondu, Nollywood actor, producer, and fashion designer. Keep watching Net TV.